Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, I'm getting on a boat. This isn't just any boat. This is a boat that is going to take me to the best continent in World of Warcraft, the best leveling zone Blizzard have ever done, and the best story that they have ever done within World of Warcraft. I am talking about Northrend. It is my favourite place in this game, and it's weird, you know, the amount of just ridiculous nostalgia and that kind of thing that I feel from Northrend, it's still a thing, and I've leveled it through here within the last year, and it still held up. But now that I'm doing YouTube, I think I should really maybe do a little bit of a series on it. I'll see how it goes, hopefully people like it. I think that actually could work pretty well though, because it's a place that I know quite a lot about, lore-wise, and a place that I very much enjoy. So I'm leveling up a Death Knight at the minute, I'm level 68, and what I am going to do in this is I'm not going to, at 78, go to Cataclysm Land. I'm going to go through Northrend completely, hopefully. Now, this time, I'm going to skip out on Borean Tundra. Maybe if I go there again, I'll have a video on it. But this time it's going to be Howling Fjord. This place has got, it's got beautiful music, great story. You get to meet Arthas, which is cool. And there we go, the loading screen of awesome. That's not what I'm going to call it. Boom! We are in the Howling Fjord. Just look at, you know what? Mists of Pandaria's intro has not got shit on this. You know, in an icebreaker, traveling up this fjord, look at that boat! How did the boat get up there? I don't know, but it's awesome. So that, yes, that boat is cool, but just look how atmospheric this is, how ridiculously, it feels so much like you're in a world. You're in a real place rather than... Unfortunately, while Pandaria is certainly aesthetically quite beautiful in places, I think, it still does feel like Blizzard does China instead of Blizzard does their own sort of take on this whole Norse theme. This feels a lot more original, a lot more interesting in my opinion. And just the vistas in this, the music, friggin' Utgard Keep, look at that thing. Like, what a way, look at that view. What a way to put you into an expansion and make you feel like this is a really special part of the world. It's really is something they haven't really done. That sky, that aurora. Ooh, I like that aurora. So where are we? Is this boat going somewhere different than I remember it going to? I always thought it went over there to Valgarde. Daggercat Bay. Or maybe we spin around. This is pretty cool. So that must actually be where the Horde start off. I've never played through here as a Horde, so... Hey, I suppose that's pretty cool, right? Ah yes, we go in round. Past this badass Wyrmskull village. By the way, as a race, I think they were fantastic. Sorry, I'm just having tea. This is probably going to be a relatively long video, so a good cup of tea will never hurt. If only... The one thing about Utgard Keep, though, if only it had a little bit more resolution on the textures. It is kind of low, but the village itself, like the buildings, the art style, it's just wonderful. It's funny, I remember flying over Borean Tundra and Valence Keep, and I just had, I had all these like random little, not pangs of emotion or anything, but just kind of like, it was as if I knew I was never going to find a place in this game that I loved that much. In terms of the continent, I especially sort of got that feeling in around Grizzly Hills. Really loved Grizzly Hills, it was great. So anyway, we have just arrived in Daggercat Bay on our big boat after that absolutely ridiculously beautiful atmospheric intro, and let's talk to this guy. So, hell has frozen over, oh dear. Four Dragons got another thing coming if he thinks the group of green skilled scrubs he sent. Oh, green, great. Alright, so apparently we've got a bunch of greenhorns defending this base, but it's okay, because I'm a Death Knight in absolutely ridiculous looking gear for a Death Knight. That's the one problem with us sharing gear with warriors when it comes to heirlooms. So apparently the dwarf was speaking the truth, but we cannot afford to lose this port, and we definitely can. They've only just set the damn thing up, for God's sake. So what we need to do is get out there, get to the battlefield, kill 12 of the assaulting Vargul or Vrykul. I have to see their spelling again. Oh, what's that guy saying? Yep. Generic speech. Griffin Master, allies in Dalaran. Well, I don't think I'll be going to Dalaran at the minute. I think we perhaps have more interesting things. Also, this game, or this expansion, had the best pubs. Or taverns even. That's so cool, so we're gonna have a look in here. Ah, this place. So good. Great music too, Blizzard have always had. Well, when I say always had, I suppose, as far as Mists of Pandaria goes, have always had great, as far as, oh wow. Sorry about that, guys. Fraps unfortunately decided to crash. That is very, very bizarre. Well, I'm sure that'll be really fun to piece together in post. Anyway, so we are in this bar. And we're going to talk to all these people. So, hello, mister. Cloth scavenging. What? Okay, well, you know what? I have no idea what this is. I think this guy's he's a leather worker. Not a leather worker. An enchanter. Not an enchanter. A tailor! Haha. I got there eventually, hey? So, let's get out to the battlefield. As you can see, shit's going down, son! So it is the Wyrmskull, very cool. They are not very nice chaps. In fact, they're trying to kill us. So what we're going to do? We're going to kill them. Lots of wargs. PETA, once again, my eternal enemy PETA, they would not be happy with this, not one bit. It's interesting, these guys don't seem to give us loot, but I suppose that makes sense. They would, after all, be insanely farmable. Oh, poor old Wyrmskull. They didn't know what hit them. Death Knights are just so very powerful, after all. Let's see, 5. We really are chewing through them. It's, I put it down completely to my own personal skill, of course. Not to do with this class being ridiculously overpowered and leveling. But it's crazy, I mean, this ability here, Death Siphon, you can two-shot things with it. Two-shot! I thought this was a sort of, the two-shot would end very soon after I got into Zangarmarsh. Nope. Yeah, I am in Northrend and it is still going strong. So it's always nice. Actually, I nearly have another death room up. So, yeah, Mr. Wyrmskull. I'm sorry, but boom! Look at that. Just poof, he's gone. Quite cool. So there we go. We have apparently 12 was enough, and all these guys that are coming in, they don't matter. Because, we demoralize the crazy Norse barbarians. So yes, let's go turn this quest in to the Vice Admiral. Sounds like a pretty important dude, actually. Hello, Vice Admiral Keller. How are you? Yes, if Valgarde falls, we will be screwed. So, rescuing the rescuers. Ah, yes, this quest. So, unfortunately, a whole bunch of our scouts did not make it. Let's have a look at this gear. It's that pummeler. That's, whew. You don't want to get clobbered by that. That said, though, if you're having problems waking up in the morning, just, have one of those dangled in your bed so when your alarm clock goes, it starts to swing towards your face. That will get you up in the morning. It's oh, I thought that was like a blunderbuss. Oh, it's okay. That cutlass, I kind of look like the way it's just like some guy was, oh shit, let's chip out a lump of rock and just, duct tape like a hilt to it, and hey, now it's a weapon. So yes, unfortunately our scouts, they gave up their lives in brave service and all that jazz. I'm going to try actually to stay on, on ground when I can. Well, at least I'll say that initially, because I think that's actually the best way to experience level content. You really soak up the world when you're a part of it, when you're sort of down on the ground instead of hovering over everything. So while I could, just go and cheese this, I'm going to kill these guys because I believe it's just the best way to go about my business. Now, I know that given all the nerfs to leveling and stuff like that, I'm probably going to out-level zones, but don't worry, I might skip out Zoldrak, because I really didn't enjoy that zone. It's the one thing I didn't like about this expansion. However, I am going to try to do every single zone up to Icecrown. And if I ever do a second playthrough of this place, I'll probably do Storm Peaks then. What? Aww. Yeah, they kind of nailed the tone of Beast Guy Sacrifice really well, I think. One of the rare times Blizzard has managed to do that. I think in this quest is a good example, and also the quest with the Crusader in Icecrown, where the guy had been corrupted or something, and you go through this giant, not giant, you know, this like little quest chain to sort of bring him to peace, which is nice. They don't really do things like that anymore. I think this was when WoW had an appropriate level of seriousness and an appropriate level of sort of, you know, for the lulz. You know, as much as Harrison Jones was funny, and Merkel Bay from the Pandaren Starter Zone, as much as they were funny, I think that it is often to the expense of just having a really immersive and, you know, in some ways games as art style of a place like this. I mean, as nice as Pandaria looks, you don't get the sheer originality of these vistas. At the end of the day, I think Mists of Pandaria, a lot of its zones, they're sort of in my head. They were a little bit like, if you're ever in Disneyland in Florida, and I don't know about the other ones, but in Florida there's this place called, I think it's Epoch or something. Epcot, that's it, Epcot. And in there they have little theme places for a whole bunch of parts of the world. My favourite one there was both China and Japan, because I just find their architecture and culture to be really quite interesting, especially Chinese history. Really interesting. But anyway, I digress. I found Pandaria to be a little bit like that, you know, a sort of a good imitation, but not really true to what it is. I felt like in this, Blizzard were able to create their own world. And by creating their own world, they made it feel authentic. Oh, I haven't read through this quest. Fresh legs. Scout Valerie wants you to investigate the sounds of battle from northeast Wyrmskull village. Okay, so apparently there's a skirmish going on there, and actually, well, I'll just take this opportunity to get rid of all these Terracore Forest things. I didn't really enjoy Terracore Forest, actually. The zones I liked were Hellfire, and I know a lot of people really hate Hellfire, but I'm a sucker for sort of really cool deserts and space. So when you combine those together, you pretty much get that zone. Although I do think it really did have some dull leveling moments. So anyway, wow, those fjord rats are really big. Uh-oh. We are being followed. Sorry, these sounds of battle northeast of Wyrmskull village. Oh dear. It seems I've done gone pissed off the locals. But it's fine. We have an axe. Now the locals have axes, and they have bigger axes. They're taller, stronger, more powerful, but I'm just too pretty to die. In the words of everyone's, well, not my favourite captain, but Malcolm Reynolds. For any of you who have watched Firefly, by the way, watch Firefly. It's really fantastic. I'm trying to see this quest here. Oh, hang on, it's a dungeon quest. Well, perhaps we'll do that later. Perhaps not. I've wasted a little bit of time, and I do want to keep the video moving, so I'm just going to fly back. Many times I do fly, though, I will attempt to fly at a low altitude, so I can at least be going through the world so you see it. Oh, but goddamn, that's just beautiful. Oh, it's great. Another delicious sip of tea. Actually, I've been changing up my tea habits. I would usually actually go for 2 sugars. I've moved it down to half, and eventually I'll be going with no sugar. Because, well, this guy, we need to find Polroy. It's his companion. Well, I don't know. You know what? They could be hooked up, and that would be pretty cool. But I don't know. We actually have another quest here. Draenei, one of the kin of my main character. Unfortunately, though, completely left out. I mean, this is probably the only Draenei you see doing something in Wrath of the Lich King. So for this, let's see. What we're going to do here is go into the Spirit Realm, but I think we need to get some reagents first. Certainly makes sense. Let's talk to the guard captain. He wants us to recover a... Oh, this is a fun one. This is down in the Valgarde Catacombs. It's a cool quest, you'll see. Well, the quest itself is probably not the coolest, but what you eventually get from it... Oh, there's a turkey, but it's level 20, and unfortunately, not the kind of thing I'm able to take on with my current pet roster. As you can see... Was it Shift P? Oh, I've forgotten what the... Shift K? I've completely forgotten what the hotkey is. Oh well. Now, anyway, into Wyrmskull Village, and time to do this quest. Oh, we have another thing here. There is the Oathbound. It might be underneath us, because it certainly doesn't seem like there's any quest over there. Interesting. Very interesting. After this little burst of quests, I'm going to cut down the video. I found that when I tried to record one sort of large video, it meant, I couldn't really do an intro and outro and sort of, say hello and engage with the audience, so I'm going to split it up. It also means that there's no chances of ridiculous bullshit happening, such as Fraps getting really out of sync. That happened to one of my videos with Fraps a while ago, so this should be a better way of doing things. And this will just be a nice little series, because while I really do like covering the news and that sort of thing, but I think sometimes, subscribers, they want, people maybe want a little bit more longer content, and of all the longer content I think I could do, I think Tool Biscuits are really, his stance on Let's Plays I think is really good, in that the way a Let's Play should be is it's something you have passion about. It's not just you finding a random game, putting on a scare cam and screaming every, minute. It's about something which you're knowledgeable on, which you enjoy, and you can provide a meaningful experience for the viewers, and that's always my goal with anything that's of a sort of a vague Let's Play style. Oh, I don't think we have to kill that lieutenant. But anyway, that's just kind of my goal for this video. What is this? Ares the Oathbound. I'm pretty sure he's underneath me in the catacombs. Yeah, he is. That's okay. Or maybe there's a basement in this place. I'll have to have we'll have a look. Nope. What is that? Oh, it's Polroy! Oh, shit! What's that quest for Polroy? Oh, no, it seems like, we need to get Zed first. Zed appears to be over here, so we'll go do that. Wyrmskull Village. I have fond memories of you. This is actually the first time I've done this zone without going to Borean Tundra first. So it's probably more at level. That said, does it really matter when you have such a ridiculously overpowered leveling class like a Death Knight? Not really sure what way I'm going to do my Death Knight in the future. If I'll be DPS or anything. Right now my guild actually needs more DPSs, which is a bit of a funny situation to be in, actually. So Zed seems to be underneath me. Oh dear. I think good old Zed's perhaps seen better days in his life. He's a little bit, well, he's sort of less dwarf, more meat, which is really not, as a human, as a thing that's living, I find that's not really the best way to have things going. Anyway, let's open up this cage. Get out, a Valgarde mage. Oh, I did like a mini poem / rap. I don't know the difference anymore. Can rhyme, bro. So, Zed's probably dead. You poor bastard, you are dead. Now we have to get, search around for Glorinfiend. Glorinfiend? Must be the second guy. So that's okay. Don't want to kill that warg. Because at the end of the day, if I kill too many wargs, like PETA, this is something a lot of people don't know. PETA actually have this... They're like the SWAT. And if you kill too many animals, they just fly in through your door and then they kill you. It's really kind of unfortunate what happens to you. So yeah, you do have to watch out for PETA. They're mad bastards. Mad bastards. I'll just let that guy run after me, because at the end of the day, I need to get shit done to wrap this video up in the proper time. Gonna kill this guy. We have to go down to the catacombs anyway, and they're just over there. Should probably find out though where this Zed guy is. So this path to payback, that's in the catacombs. Prisoners of Wyrmskull is outside, which we know about. And then the catacombs are downstairs for this next one. So let's go down there. This is great. I'm really enjoying this actually. It's interesting being here on my own. When there's not like a ridiculous zerg of players. It's kind of nice actually, relaxing. This is A, low polygon, and B, kind of cool and creepy. Which is yeah, it's a combination that works, I suppose. Certainly does work. And I remember these quests down here being really cool. Really, really damn cool. So yeah, come on, run faster, you little bugger. Should probably put my buff on. Oh, that gives me not runic. Yeah, runic. Not runic power. Is it runic power? I don't know. Energy. Hey, they're all the same, right? Oh wow, critted that guy. Very quick death. So the Catacombs, I remember these being pretty fun. Ah, those guys. You know, it's funny, and nearly, in some ways, it feels like a lifetime ago since I was last, since Wrath. Then also, the memories are just so vivid, in some ways it feels like yesterday. This was really the expansion where I found my feet with WoW. And that's one of the reasons why I like it so much, you know? So, as it turned out, he was alive, and what we need to do is collect these tablets. After all, it is the Explorers Guild, and collecting random tablets in extremely dangerous places that are totally worth the lives of their guys. Absolutely their ammo. So let's get slicing and dicing. Okay, the slicing and dicing has worked. Hello. I would free him, but this is not a clickable cage, so tough shit. He just got put in the wrong down place. Anyway, we need to continue our search. We can still get these things, but we need to find the Crusader guy and get that harpoon manual. I'm pretty sure from memory that it's in here to the left. Pretty sure. Ah, yeah, Ares the Oathbound. That was the quest that we couldn't. Oh, hello, how are you? They were really cool enemies, actually. I thought they were great. They actually felt something that was properly menacing, as opposed to. I think sometimes when Blizzard rely too much on something like the Shah, I don't think it's a good thing. You need a more relatable human enemy, like these guys, and they actually did have their own predefined culture that was pretty well thought out. You know, in Storm Peaks, you had a few quests where you were actually in disguise as one of them, and you got to see a little bit of how they did things, and the sort of culture they had, and through some flashback sequences, one of which we'll see in the next video, you do actually get to see a little bit more about them, and you can understand them as an enemy. That's perhaps something Blizzard has lost. You don't really understand some of your enemies as actual, not living beings, but you know what I mean. I hope you catch my drift. So anyway, we got the thing off Ares, and now I think we need to, yes, we need to get the sacred artifact from downstairs. Now thankfully he's given me this big ass shield, and at the end of the day, who would complain about a big ass shield? I mean, it is pretty nice. I'm pretty sure like it hurts the guys it walks into or something. Maybe that's only just down on the second floor. There's an absolute ton of mobs. It's pretty cool though. Well, these guys are dodging my attacks. I'm not cool with that. So yeah, rather than fight that guy, I will do this. And fight him anyway. No, he reset. Alright, so, yeah. Time to cleanse you boyos in the Light's Wrath. Or something like that. I think that's the kind of paladin thing. And get ourselves a lovely shining... Oh, what's this? Devouring Maggot. Yeah, I really want one of those. You know, I'll probably get it just for the sake of being a completionist, but... There we go. The Sacred Artifact. Which, of course... You know, being a sacred artifact of the light, it does have the same icon as Execute. Perhaps not the most holy of spells, warriors. A little bit weird there, but oh well. Should probably turn off those HP frames. And, oh look, this for free. Hang on, I think I've been taking damage. Oh well, I can just heal up by the ridiculously overpowered Death Siphon. I mean, it'll do more, like, yeah, it heals you for 150% of the damage dealt. Like, there, it just healed me for more health than I have. That's better than having a healer. That's ridiculous. I'm not complaining though, it's also really fun. Ah yes, in that place. I'll leave that to another video. It'll be a nice little way to start off the next one, I think. These will probably be coming out either on a daily basis or on a sort of a 2 daily basis. I think that's the best way to do things. Now, yeah, just let me know what you think, though. As always, feedback is really appreciated at this sort of smaller stage of the channel. One of the nice things about the channel being this size, so it can have, it can be a little bit more sort of personal, like, interaction with fans and stuff, which is great. The best way to get that, though, is Twitter. My Twitter is really good. I think it's really good. I always respond to people, so Hey, it's good, right? So let's go hand in this this nice little artifact to this guy. We also managed to complete the stuff for the for your man in there, the Explorer's Guild guy. So there you go. Upon doing this, you are once again blinded by light. You can get the Stoneheart Slicer, which is similar to, you know, just sort of standard. Anything else here? That's a kind of cool bow, actually. I like that. Anyway, let's go with the Slicer. And there we go. He's happy. He's finished his task. Tells us to go with honor, and then he dies. So that was actually a nice little quest. Well done, Blizzard. Well done. You should do more things like that in the future. Oh wait, you didn't. What a pity. So back to our good old Explorer's Guild friend. What's he called? I don't have a clue. Oh well. Wow, oh, excellent. Pretty happy. I've managed to get to normal experience, and I'm actually going to make a point of not staying in taverns. And the reason for me not staying in taverns is because I don't want to overlevel. Oh god. Hello. Hello, gentlemen. How are you? Bloody hell, they're really not very welcoming, these locals. This is a bit like coming to Northern Ireland and, I don't know, being of like some different exotic culture. These are the locals. It's quite embarrassing to the rest of us. Quite embarrassing. So, let's talk to the Explorer. And I think I might actually leave it here. So there we go, we got our Wyrmskull tablets. And the next thing he wants us to do is go into this sort of big combat ring, but I think this is actually the right time to end the video. He'll give us something cool to show in the start of the next one. So thank you very much for watching. Now, if you're interested in more of this style of content, which I really hope you are, because I'm actually having a great time producing this and commentating it, I really do love Northrend. I think I can bring a more, well, a pretty, you know, a better than average let's play, even though I don't like that term, of the continent. So yeah, any feedback's awesome. Please like and favorite this video. Let's make this a thing that is successful. And with that, I'll say goodbye. See you later.